It's GS98's Game of the Year Awards for 2011, Top 10 Best Games of the Year. Alright, as we go in further in the countdown of the absolute best games of 2011, my personal top 10 pick of the games that I've played, we're going to hit the big one of the best RPGs of the year, in my opinion, by far. A game that actually won the 2011 Spike TV Video Game Awards Game of the Year. The Elder Scrolls V Skyrim. Okay, let me state my case, because of course the fanboys of, Elder Scrolls are like flipping out. How could you give this game number 6? It's by far the game of the year. Let me state my case real quick. You've got an amazing story. You've got great characters. You've got great gameplay. You've got a 16 square mile world, one of the biggest worlds I've ever seen in any video game, period. You've got a billion side missions. Isn't this pretty much the game of the year? Well, yeah, you could make the argument. But a game that is created so big and has so much content also has got to have a few flaws. And I ran into quite a bit in the Elder Scrolls V Skyrim. I ran into quite a bit. My game froze on me probably 5 times. I had glitches where I was actually getting married in the game, which is one of the cool things you can do, and they wouldn't marry me. So I had to walk out the door, walk back in, wait 2 hours, and then they finally did it. It was a game bug that was happening. And plus I had to turn off my console because it also wasn't working. That was also a problem. And there's, massive game bugs where you're, well, not really game bugs, but problem with your AI. For some reason, they just get lost and you can't find them. And it's got problems. And my number one problem with this game, not to spoil, was the ending. And I don't want to spoil the ending, but, the main story, I worked so hard. I played my original game. I've played more of it since then, but when I first jumped into this game, I played about 36 hours. 20 out of that 36 was just on side missions, which is insane, and I didn't even do, near half of them. So it's great that you see a game with that much, with that much gameplay, that much content for $60, but it's also going to have problems. This game had nowhere near as many problems as Fallout New Vegas did last year, but it still needs to be said, this game's got problems. And of course, with an RPG, it's going to have problems, and a game that's this big. And I think Bethesda has proven themselves the king of the RPG. I think it's safe to say that they are the king of the RPG at this point, and that's why Elder Scrolls V Skyrim is at number 6. And one more thing about the ending, why I don't like it. When you get a game like Fallout that has a long, even Deus Ex this year, when you have a long, drawn-out ending, you feel satisfied, you feel rewarded. Like, here's your cookie for, playing through the whole game, we're going to give you a fantastic ending. This game didn't have a fantastic ending. I know it ended pretty much the same way as Oblivion did. That's what some people have been telling me, but I know it pretty much ended the same way as Oblivion did, which is good for the fans. I didn't like it, though. I want more of an ending. Is this game, can you make the argument that this is Game of the Year? Yeah. You absolutely can. If this game had not as many bugs, not a better ending, and I probably would have put this game in my top 5. I probably still wouldn't have given this game Game of the Year unless the ending was so good. But yeah, it's outstanding. This right here at the top 6. From 6 all the way to number 1 are all must-buys from here on out. So, at number 6, The Elder Scrolls V Skyrim. As you know, I'm just filming on my computer here, so it's not very professional. But, up next, we're gonna get into the top 5 of the year. And, in my opinion, a sleeper hit finally gets its recognition in my top best of the year. So,